In this video, we analyze how a Kiwi milkman revolutionized endurance physiology. Before the 1960s, the running world was obsessed with interval training, largely due to the success of Emil Zatopek. The prevailing wisdom was no pain, no gain, focusing on high-intensity repetition until failure. Enter Arthur Lydiard, a New Zealand milkman who experimented on himself and realized that speed was useless without the stamina to sustain it. He proposed a radical inversion of training volume, building a massive aerobic engine first. Lydiard's method was the birth of linear periodization. Instead of mixing speed and endurance year-round, he structured training into distinct blocks, starting with the infamous marathon conditioning phase. This involved up to 100 miles per week, primarily at a steady aerobic state. His theory was simple. You maximize cardiac efficiency and capillarization in the base phase, so you can actually handle the anaerobic work later. The scientific community was skeptical until the 1960 Rome and 1964 Tokyo Olympics. Lydiard's athletes, like Peter Snell and Murray Hallberg, decimated the competition, winning gold medals across distances ranging from the 800 meters to the 5,000 meters using the same base philosophy. This proved that high-volume aerobic conditioning wasn't just for marathoners. It was the prerequisite for middle-distance speed. Snell's double gold in Tokyo remains the gold standard of range. So, how does Lydiard's feeling-based running map to the heart rate zones we discussed in episodes 6 through 10? Lydiard didn't have a heart rate monitor, but he prescribed 1/4 effort, 1/2 effort, and 3/4 effort. Modern physiological analysis suggests his 3/4 effort, the bread and butter of his system, aligns almost perfectly with the upper limits of Zone 2 and low Zone 3. He was essentially targeting the aerobic threshold to maximize mitochondrial density without accumulating excessive lactate. However, a major nuance is often lost in modern translations. Lydiard training is not just slow jogging. After the base phase, his athletes performed grueling hill bounding and anaerobic intervals that would make a CrossFit athlete cry. Critics often oversimplify his method as long, slow distance, but Lydiard hated that term. He preferred long, steady distance. If you ignore the intensity phases that followed the base, you aren't doing Lydiard training, you're just jogging. Lydiard's legacy is the foundation of almost all modern endurance programs, from Steven Seiler's polarized training to 80-20 running. He taught us that the heart is a muscle that must be expanded before it is strengthened. As we move into our next episodes on practical application, remember, even with our advanced metrics and lactate meters, we are largely just fine-tuning the engine that Arthur built. Thanks for watching, and keep building that aerobic engine.